Hi beautifuls, I'm here with another tutorial today and I call it the cherry blossom box. I just went ahead and made a video and decided not to use it. So I'm making another one. I made this one here and it's like the cherry blossom box. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you 2 ways to make it. This is made with 1 full sheet. And this is what it looks like when it's cut and all that. And the measurements, I'm going to show you 2 ways. So let's do this one first. It is 7.5 by 5 1/4. And our score marks, I find my stylus here. There it is. Okay, so on my 7.5 side, on the landscape, we are going to score this at 1.5, 3.5, 5, and 7. We're gonna turn that around on the portrait side on the 5 1/4 and score at 1 inch, 3 inches, and 4.5. And this is what we have, and I'm going to show you like all the cutting we need to do, and this is the cutting we need to do. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to put this away. I'm going to fold and burnish on the square marks. Folding and the burnishing has been done. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to put X's on where we're going to cut. So basically you want to remove this tab here. You want to remove this one and this one. You don't want to remove that. You want to remove this one, and those are the parts we remove completely. Oh yeah, and this one and this one. So, okay, basically, and this is the bottom of the box, so we're just going to cut on the lines. Okay. Okay, I went ahead, I've cut all the pieces that had the X's on. We don't need these. And now we have this. Okay, I am going to, because this is my flap, I am going to round it out. So I'm just going to use a corner rounder. You can use whichever corner rounder that you have. And there we go. All right, and for the tabs, right here, I'm just gonna I want to see where I've cut off. Here I want to cut it in an angle, and when I could do that, I'm gonna actually measure it with a measure. Actually, I'm just going to go and take my ruler and measure that. Okay, for the cuts here, these ones here, I wedged in a little bit on each side. And here I wanted to make a cut like this, that is more like that shape. So basically, I made a mark approximately at 3/4. So at 3/4 on the ruler is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissor and I'm going to, because I've marked both spots, I'm just going to take my scissor and blunt cut just like so on each side. See how I could do this one. There. Probably just in one swoop. That should do it. That's the best way. Cut it in one full piece. And on the top here of the flaps, I remove about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch. I removed because they were too long. And there's my box. So this is a tab. You put your glue, and there's the box. Just add glue later on. It's okay. It's so pretty, and it folds nice and tight, nice and sweet. I love it. Okay, I'll show you another way to do it. If you don't have the full piece of cardstock, what you can do is actually 2 pieces, okay? If you don't have the full and you just have scraps, we can still make it. So the first piece you're going to need is going to be 2.5 by 5 1/4. And the other piece is going to be 4 by 5. Okay, so on the 2.5, I'm trying to find my, oh, there it is. Okay, on the 2.5 by 5 1/4, on the 2.5 side, we're going to score at 1/4 of an inch. Okay, see here. So I didn't have a full sheet of this. I used my scraps. So 1/4 of an inch, and then 2 1/4. It's very thick. We're going to turn that on the landscape side. And we are going to score this. Okay, this one here. Yeah, that's it. Just trying to check here. Yeah, on the landscape side, on the 5 1/4 side, you're just going to square this square. I don't know why I keep on saying square. Score this at 1 inch. 1 inch and 4.5. Just double check that for a second, because this is a flap here. I think I need a few more scores here. At 3 inches and 4.5. Let me double check. Okay, so score at 1 inch, 3 inches, and 4.5 on this piece. Okay. The other piece here, the 4 by 5, we're going to put it on the 4-inch side first. Let's see. Yeah, I keep on saying square marks or instead of score lines. And anyway, just ignore me sometimes. Okay, on the 4-inch side, we want to square this at 1, 3, and then we're going to 90 degrees, put it on the 5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1.5 and 3.5. And that's it. I'll have to flip it this way because it is very hard to see on the pattern. These are the parts we're going to remove on these ones here. So the one right here, I'm going to flip it over because we can't see very well. We're going to remove this tab right here, this one here, and this one as well. And we're going to do the same. Remove that and that and that. On this one, the only part that we're going to remove is this one here. It doesn't matter if it's on that side or that side because each side is 1 inch. Okay? So just make sure that if your paper is cut at 4 inches, 4 inches, that your bottom part is at least 1 inch. So we're going to remove that one. cutting's been done. I've cut this is the 2 pieces, okay? It's very easy to assemble. We'll just flip it over. On the white side is a bit easier. We know this is our flat because it has this, so I'm just going to go ahead and round that out, round the edges. There we go. And what is left to do is basically you put glue on that tab, glue it right here, and put glue on this tiny tab here and glue it like so. And your box is done to there, and then you glue the bottom. Sides of the box has been glued. And now we're just going to do we're going to glue the bottom. So we're going to push these 2 in first. So this is the front of our bag, of our box. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue here. Just position this. I'm going to try to put it in the camera. Okay. Position there. Then I can square that off after, but put a bit of glue. Get a tab as well. And like so. I'm just going to flip it around and take my Tombow glue and just press in to adhere that really well. And there we have it. A nice box to put chocolates, treats, tea lights. If you do homemade jewelry, sky's the limit. But it is made, I call it the cherry blossom box. So I'm thinking of making a chocolate cherry blossoms and put the cherry in the middle and make them homemade and make these boxes. They're pretty neat and easy to make. And this is the other one with the full sheet. If you liked my video,